Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a impromptu episode. Well, somewhat impromptu because I shared with the community, those who are following me, and we're simulcasting. So this is LinkedIn Live and then Facebook, and then it's also going out to YouTube. And this is me also ad libbing so that I can make sure that it is broadcasting out live. And so, thank you for spending the beginning of the week with me here. So, I shared with my audience that I have LinkedIn audio events. And for those of you who are unfamiliar or wondering, what are you talking about, Liberty? It is the ability. So, throughout the pandemic, LinkedIn started to do events. So, you can schedule events and you can schedule your event to go live. And then now they have, and it rolled out, it started last year, but they've been slowly rolling it out. I know there are a number of influencers that had got access to it earlier this year. And as I said, they're slowly rolling it out. So I am super excited that I just decided I was doing a LinkedIn session on office hours for the second hour. Then office hours is a global show with video, media production, and virtual events professionals. And I host the Monday show, and I was doing some deep dive into LinkedIn and showing our community just some tips on LinkedIn. And I decided to test, I think it was like 2 days later, I went into the app and I was like, wait a minute. I have access to LinkedIn audio events. So I decided, you know what? One, I'm going to show you how to create a LinkedIn audio event. Two, that this would also be an opportunity for me to dive into that space and just test the waters. No, I'm not making any formal commitments, but the idea of being able to, one, if you are a professional and you are looking to up level your service offerings or creating, you've always thought about maybe creating a podcast, but the thought of going through all of those steps, gear, equipment, etc. This is LinkedIn's offering into getting into that audio space, digital audio, which is, if you think about it, those that listen to audiobooks and just how much it has increased over the past number of years. I think the statistic is 44% in roughly 2020 of people were spending their weeks or spending their daily time consuming audio content. And that increased to roughly 57% in 2021. So it would behoove you to consider ways that you can create digital audio content for your audience, whether that be you'll see a lot of publications now that they have the article. So they've gotten the written form. Two, then there's an audio piece where you can just play to listen to it. So just understanding the needs of your audience and what kind of content that they consume is really important. And again, just wanting to make sure that I see this playing out. So if you hear some sound, it is me double checking that all engines are firing clear. And yes, they are checking that on the mobile device. All right, so we're going to jump into this. I'm going to try to make this as seamless and quick as possible in a few minutes. So what you want to do, and let me just go ahead and pull out the screen share so that I'll be able to pull this up for you. Here we go. Let's use that one. Alrighty. So, of course, you need to have LinkedIn. So, hopefully, you have that. And if you don't, you want to register for LinkedIn. And what I'm going to do is then my and the easiest way is it's like you're creating a post. So, here I'm going to go in and it's a little bit buried. So, you see these three dots at the bottom of where the post is. I'm going to click there and then it's going to give me the option to create an event. And as I go ahead and create this event, I've already done some of the legwork just to make sure that this workflow would be seamless as possible. So I've already got this together. So I'm going to pull in the header that will go into like the title of the event. And there it is. That suffices for me. You can zoom, you can make all of those adjustments, but I'm going to leave this as is. The dimensions of that graphic that you saw there was 1200 pixels by 627, which is roughly the same as a lot of LinkedIn's other areas where you are posting graphics. So it's within standard. Here is the important part. So when I'm going to select, and this is how you'll know if you have access to it or not. One, you want to make sure that you have creator modes turned on your profile. So I have creator mode turned on my profile, and then when I go here, I am going to select that I would like for this to be an audio event. So here I am clicking audio event. The name is going to be strategy sessions. And probably midweek. I kinda like that midweek strategy sessions. I would probably spend some more time just ensuring, that my titles are SEO friendly, but this is for the purpose of showing you this tutorial. And time-wise, we're going to do this on Thursday, and at 12, we'll go right here, 12:11. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and or feel free to share those questions even if after the broadcast comes off, because I will come back and respond to your questions. So it's going to be a 30-minute session, and I just decided to just kind of pick an off an offbeat number just to spark some interest because it is the 11th. So I figured I would play on some numbers there. And then I want to add the copy for the event. And it's just basically where marketing directors can connect and we can talk about campaigns. So if I were to have a speaker, this would be a great opportunity for you to tag them and bring them in. So I hope T doesn't mind this because we used to do breakfast and combos together. So I'll have to share this link with him. But I just want to give you an example of if there was going to be someone else, if you decide to create a series where you have different speakers, it's a great opportunity to not only let your audience know that you have a special guest, you have a speaker, but to also that the algorithm likes when we tag people and do that cautiously. But when you tag people, because then it sends out, if they accept, it sends out notifications in their to their audience, or that their audience just is aware, especially if they comment on it. And it's just a great way to help with cross promotion. So T, I'm tagging you. Ask forgiveness later on this, and I am going to go ahead and close out because yes, we've got everything there. And join Thursday, August, yes, the 11th for LinkedIn video events. I would probably think of some better copy, but again, in the interest of time, I always like to, when possible, to put some hashtags because you never know who you can connect with or who might be looking for your event, because a lot of these platforms are also becoming much like like search engines. So if somebody's searching the hashtag, there's an opportunity for them to find out about this event. I should probably use even the word strategy. And this tells me just like some of the keywords. There we go, strategy session. Great. So I am going to post this on my page. And in a moment, you will see that the event is created. So there it is. And people can, like, this is now an actual event that's gone out there. And I can always go back and update. It shows that I am so far the only attendee, but I can go ahead and invite people. So there it is. It's set up for this audio event on Thursday. Now, here is the part that I want to make sure that I touch on is now you need to, or in this case, one of the best ways to ensure that whether you are also going to simulcast or, well, actually, not in this case. We're going to just keep this as just the LinkedIn audio event. So you see how seamless that was in creating it. And what happens is you'll actually go into the time, of course, shortly before the time of your event, go into the app, and then you'll be able to has the controls for you to be able to start the conversation and go. And yes, hey Colin, thanks for tuning in. Yes, so it is audio only. And okay, so yes, it's audio only. So you can create it. And I was doing this for the sake of also being online and pushing this live into LinkedIn so I could do the screen share. But it is something that you can create in the app. So again, you want to make sure that you have creator mode on. And if you've got creator mode on LinkedIn, then you'll go into your posts, and then you've got to click on those dots and make sure, because it's not just because the number of people who are creating LinkedIn events versus people who are posting articles or videos, that gets priority when you click on post. But once you click on post and you want to create a post, that's where you'll click on the dots, be able to see the option to go do a LinkedIn Live, the option to do an audio event. And there's one more option in there too. Let me just go back to LinkedIn, but you want to make sure that you pick the LinkedIn audio event. And there you have it. You go in, schedule it just like any, oh, the other one was just an online event. So if you are using LinkedIn to also help you promote an existing event that you might have on another website, another landing page, you have the option to also create that event. And then you'll be able to link so that people can get the information or purchase tickets through that external source. So there you have it. That's how you create a LinkedIn audio event. Let me know. Go ahead and go check your profile after you finish watching this broadcast, and let me know if you have LinkedIn audio events. And if you do, or if you don't, let me know if this is something that you would use. Would you add this to your event marketing list? Would you add this to maybe some future conferences? This is conference season right now. Is this something that you could see? Because that's definitely a use case where you've already got a conference going on, and maybe for some of your virtual folks, that there's an opportunity, because there are some people who don't want to be on camera, but they still want to connect. And that's what LinkedIn is doing for us, is giving us the opportunity to connect. And I should have shared this. I was so excited that I saw you, Colin. So that was Colin, Colin's comment right there. And then, yes, you are more than welcome, Colin. Doing this 30 days of video just for myself, not anything external yet. And told everyone, okay, I'm going to show you how to do LinkedIn audio events. And here it is. And also, I haven't done a LinkedIn Live in a minute. So I figured it'd be a great way to just reconnect with my audience. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, again, leave them in the chat below, or feel free to send me a private message if you want to just talk through this feature and maybe how you can use it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.